Alright, so I just made I don't know what that sound is.
Jerry.
Alright, what's going on, my people, and welcome to the Sn95 Power channel. So, yeah, it's just kind of one of those things that you never want to hear when your car is running. It doesn't matter where it's coming from. It's one of those things that just really kicks you in the nuts when you hear it. So I have a problem with my transmission, and I have to be honest with y'all. Like, from the first start of this car, I've heard something that sounded like cavitation. So I thought a lot of that had to do with the level of the transmission fluid. So took some time playing around, getting that level where I felt it was comfortable. Never had a problem with the car shifting. It's always been like this. If you work around like any kind of fluid transfer, you know the sound of cavitation, and this is like a very distinct sound, and I was getting that sound coming from the front of my transmission, kind of where the camera angle was on through the inspection plate area, the inspection hole, or the drain plug. And I just thought that maybe I had the fluid too low at one point in time, because I do have a deep pan, and I am using a low car dipstick, and you know those things are known to be kind of off. Come to find out, there's more than that. So what I'm gonna do today, or what I'm gonna do in this video, and because if I'm honest with y'all, this has been a progression over maybe 3 days of me trying to get this transmission out. I'm gonna show you that you can do this by yourself. I'm gonna run into a problem, and I'll do full disclaimer right now. I think the reason why it took me so long to get this transmission out is because of this one issue, and you'll find out what that is in the video. So with that all being said, let's start this journey of trying to get this car back on the road. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna walk y'all through this one-man transmission removal / install. I don't think I've ever done this on this channel. I think on my Instagram last time I took this transmission down by myself, I just kind of did still shots. This time around, my nephew Johnny was over here helping me, but I'm gonna show you how to do this as a one-man team. So the first thing I'm gonna do is just drain this transmission fluid. I got a 5-gallon bucket I've been putting this stuff in, so I have enough room to slide this 5-gallon bucket up under here. I'm gonna make a mess. Like, I shouldn't do this. I know I shouldn't do this. Let me see if I can get this without dropping the drain plug in here and without making a mess. Boom. There we go. Holla at your boy. I don't know what's going on. It could just be the torque converter. I don't want to waste time. I'm gonna get a stock GT transmission, torque converter to pan. And the only thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to change the filter and I'm going to send it. In the meantime, I'll take this back to the transmission shop, have them take a look at it. I'll send the torque converter back to Circle D, have them take a look at it. Now, hopefully, I'll pull this down and the torque converter will be bad. Even still, I'm not even gonna waste any time. I'm gonna get another transmission. I'm going to talk to the builder, tell him what was going on. I'm not going to risk missing Bourbonnais. I missed Chi-Town Show and Go 7. I missed everything so far this year, and for me, it was like, okay, I'm gonna make Bourbonnais. Bourbonnais is the one trip that I'm going to make. So I'm not gonna chance it. Even if I pull this off and this torque converter is bad, I'm still gonna take it to the transmission shop. So let's let this drain. Let's start working on this exhaust. I'll start at the flow tube. Take this off. The mufflers are hanging. I'll get them out the way. And then after I get these mufflers out the way, I'll work on the dry shaft. And I actually, since I'm doing all this, I'm going to take that 4R Racing aluminum dry shaft to the dry shaft shop. I'm going to have them extend it maybe 1/4 inch. Let me see, can y'all see my... This is actually, no, it's not under load, so you can't really see my engagement on my slip yoke, but that's about 3 inches. It's kind of where you want to be. That's kind of on the high end. You know, 1.5 inches is kind of like the sweet spot on the slip yoke. So you can't get a good feel for this, but this header is right, it's literally, I hate saying that word, it's laying right on this transmission. Like, could that be my problem? Like, is the vibration that I'm hearing, could it be as simple as this? I did jack up on this H-pipe and the sound didn't go away. But I guess this is what I'm gonna do before I start ripping everything out. I think I'm going to loosen this up so it's not touching the transmission, start the car, and see if the sound goes away. So now I just need to disconnect this shift lever. It's just easy enough, keep the car in gear. There is this shift cable bracket that's gotta come off. Yeah, I'll wait to take the mount off. I'll wait to take the safety loop off. And I think I will get this dry shaft out of here. All right, to remove dry shaft, you need a number 12. This is like a 12-point bolt that's in here. Normally I put a little blue on these, so you need a little leverage to get these off. And since the car is on the axle tubes, when I want to get to the top bolts, I'll put the car in neutral, spin the tires. This will rotate this flange, and these two top bolts will rotate to the bottom. So now you just slide it forward. Actually, this feels, yeah, that's good. Let's look at this one. Yeah, this one's good. Alright, so I got started off. Next thing you want to do is get your inspection plate off. And this is pretty much halfway through getting this transmission dropped. Now, the way I normally do this, I take the torque converter off of the flex plate, because as I drop the transmission, I don't want to have to worry about damaging the input shaft. So you'll see if I can get this in frame somehow. But what I normally do is turn the crankshaft until the torque converter bolt shows right there. All right, so I got my socket in there. I'm just using a very long breaker bar to hold it in place. Out the way. Man, let me just stop playing and get this. All right, Kim loves Pigeon Forest so much. She wants to come back on her birthday.
That's right.
So
my family.
She pulled me away from this transmission to start working on this.
Have some fun in the sun or fun in the mountains.
Yeah, like Johnny helped me last time. Xavier was asleep, but we'll unwind and then we'll get back to it. Somebody's worn out.
Water wears you out. It's exhausting. My kids want to do these slides like 2 and 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
But it's fun. This is what I came down here for. This makes me very happy.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you got your kicks. Because when I go back, it's back to transmission. So. Yeah,
we make it back.
Right. That's another story for y'all.
Another story. So.
Man, so that's a wrap. Like, they out here, they had a great time. Johnny had a good time. Xavier, he think he's like, he got that juice. Some girls came in and stepped to him, so. But we really love this Sevierville. That's why Ponies in the Smokes is so dope. All this stuff to do out here. So if you've never been to Ponies in the Smoke, make sure you check it out. But yeah, now it's back to trying to take care of this damn transmission. All right, nothing like a clear mind to help you make good decisions. What I was doing was trying to tighten this blasted bolt. So I'm glad that I did step away before I would have broken something. So now all the bolts are disconnected from the motor. There's nothing connected to the motor. So now you can, sorry about that. Now you have to get something to push the torque converter away from the flex plate. And so what we're working in that situation is just like a flathead screwdriver. Spin the torque converter. You should be able to spin the torque converter through this little inspection hole right here. In between the pads, the mounting pads, there's a little recessed area that you can push back on. You know, you can kind of push that back a little bit. It's already pushed back. It's spinning freely. So what you don't want is just to have this coupled to the flex plate when you pull the transmission back, because you have to make sure that the input shaft on the transmission is not going to hang on the torque converter. So after that, then you got bell housing bolts. You got two easy ones to get to right here. There's two more on the other side, and then I believe there's three up top. So real simple to do, 14 millimeters. Am I tightening that or am I loosening it? I think I just tightened it. Yeah. All right, so we all know what this is. This is a transmission jack. Now, normally what I would use is just a floor jack. I have like a 15-inch brake rotor. I would put the brake rotor on the floor jack, lift the floor jack up. It fits perfectly over this dimple. It does take some maneuvering, to say the least, but I had great success doing it that way. But this time I'm trying to get a little bit wiser in my aging, and I want to use something that's a little bit safer. All right, so to fully disengage this shifter cable, you have two bolts. These are 13 millimeters, one here, one here. So this is about as far down as I feel comfortable tilting the motor. I do have some lines that's going to get pinched on the firewall. So I'm going to jack it back up, and then now I have to access those top two bolts from up top. All right, here's the moment that we all been waiting for. Is this thing going to fall on my face or not? I left the Stifler dry shaft loop on just to help give me some leverage. All the bolts are off. This thing is kind of useless. I wouldn't say it's useless. It's just a little extra support. I hope I don't have it looped around any of my Holly wires. It's kind of hard for me to tell right here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna grab the safety loop, and the only thing I'm gonna do is just pull back on the safety loop. All right, so first thing I'm gonna do is try to get something and wedge in between the block and actually first thing I'm gonna do is let down on this. Come down just a hair. See if that helps. Nothing yet. So now let me just go up. Sometimes you can break it that way. All right, so we did it. I have to say that this was a pain to get this out of here. And you know, unfortunately or fortunately, it will be like that sometimes. Problem I was having was the torque converter was stuck in the pilot hole of the crankshaft. And basically I had to take a big pry bar and pry between the torque converter and the flex plate in order to push that thing out. And once I did that, it fell out. So let me pull this out, and then we can, I don't think I'm going to see anything right now that's going to tell me what happened with this transmission, but at least I can get the torque converter off and just start switching some of this stuff over from this to the new transmission. All right, let's end this video. One thing that I noticed is this torque converter. This is the used torque converter that's been pulled and sitting for I don't know how long. It's got quite a bit of fluid that's draining out of it. This converter doesn't seem like it has any fluid coming out of it. I just turned this thing over and there's hardly any fluid coming out of this. I mean, it's barely filling the bottom of the bucket. So what I think happened is, for whatever reason, my converter gave up the ghost. Converter probably took out the front pump without pretty much starving the transmission, and yeah, it's going to need a full rebuild. We're going to send this back to Circle D. We're just going to send this stock unit. I'm probably going to rebuild this one myself. I have a trust issue. Let me just be clear. When it comes to kind of stuff like this where you really can't see what's been done to it, I know my man said that this was going to be the greatest transmission ever built, but it's rattling now. Something's definitely going on with it. It could be user error on my part. I didn't like the way this torque converter was sitting on the flex plate. Maybe that has something to do with it. So the plan is to first send this to Circle D, have them take a look at it, and tell me anything that's wrong with it. It could be something as simple as the torque converter got jacked up. If I send it to them and everything's okay, I'm gonna dive into this. No matter what, I'm gonna dive into this because there's a rattle coming from this transmission. I don't know what it is. I have a couple of ideas, or I have a speculation, a hypothesis, a theory, and you know, one of those big words. But yeah, that'll be on down the line. This beat me up taking this out, so I might not mess with this until next weekend. So you can definitely drop these transmissions by yourself. This was worst case scenario. I talked about this in the beginning of the video, making sure the torque converter does not stick to the flex plate, or you're gonna have an issue with that input shaft hold on to the snout of that torque converter. And that's what made this so difficult. If you get this torque converter pushed back when you're ready to drop this transmission, you wouldn't run into these problems what I had. But it just happens that way sometimes when you're doing this DIY stuff. So, hey, leave a comment down below about this journey that I'm going through. Give me some encouragement, pray, you know, cross T's, dot I's, whatever you do to give me some encouragement. But I appreciate y'all rocking with me on this long video. Until next time, God bless.